Luxury jumps on a Boeing jet, leaves behind a family, no regrets. He's got a birthday on your old Shanghai. Eyes are on Mrs. Lai, the reason why. While in Brisbane, the tears roll strong. Chinese whispers called him to Hong Kong. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave behind the begging for the Luxy show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie's chasing dreams in the mystic land. Mrs. Lai brings coffee to his hand. Family's calls echo on the phone. He's miles away, lost, but he's not alone. In old Shenzhen's glow, he likes to stray. With Mrs. Lai, they bonk till the light of day. Pack up your bags and off you go. He's not showing up to New York, what show? Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Though the tears roll down in Brisbane town, Archie's 3-inch dick flops all around. Celebrations in the neon night, forgetting home, he's chasing new Asian delight. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Weeks later, Archie leaves his playground. Comes back home, he's Brisbane bound. Comes up with stories that he's going bust. Has to fool the punters to gain their trust. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie spent the punter's money, he's in a fix. Spins a story that he can't eat bricks. All the lonely simps believe his scam. Grab all their cash, shove it in his hand. Pack up your bags and off you go. He didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Comes on streams, he cries poor again. His mate Tan gives him $5 grand, maybe 10. Archie thinks he's a big swing dick, cause the punters fall for his gypsy shtick. Pack up your bags and off you go. Didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai.
Hello, 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 hello. This is the Archie Luxury live stream, and we are broadcasting live. Guys, I want to have a great show today. I want to have a great show. Some people have said, Arch, you're always distracted. What are you doing, man? What are you doing, man? Well, you know, I tell you honestly, I try my best to make the show as great, as fantastic as humanly possible. And you know what? It's friends. You got to have good friends. And I got one of the greatest friends. He trains dogs. He writes books. Greatest dog trainer in the world.
Hello, everybody. Archibald.
Marky. I got to tell you, man, you know what? I really want to have fun on these streams. I want to have fun on these streams.
You know what I want to have? I want to have super chats.
We got first super chat for tonight is Rusty's Watches, $2. Forget Speedy Tuesday. We need Reggae Man Mondays.
Fair point.
Man, what a great concept, great view. I'm just going to pull this up on the screen. I'm going to share the screen quickly with you guys. This is Rusty's. Check it out, rustyswatches.com. I just pulled it up. The first thing to come up, I just want to show you something I really, really like. This Grand Seiko. Fuck, Mark.
That's a nice price, too. What a price, $35.
Look at this here. It's $3,500 in New York. And it's got a deploy and strap. Look at it. This is Rusty's. I actually You know what? If I was in a better financial position, I would be going for that Grand Seiko. I'll bring it up. Just bring that up on the screen so because you can click on it and we can then see the Seiko itself. It's SBGV 245. Look at it, man.
That high beat? What is
Purchased
this?
in Tokyo, the motherland. It was purchased. Why would you sell it, man? Why? It's just so beautiful. Look at that, 3.5. That's a watch that really just came up in my feed. It's beautiful.
It was only worn a couple times. If you look in the fine print there at the bottom.
I'm gonna pour a drink. I'm gonna have a drink if you don't mind.
Oh,
there.
I'm with you. Let's toast together.
Just gotta clean the glass. Cockroaches have been coming into my glass. Firstly, I gotta just rinse that away with some soda. I use Schweppes soda water.
That is a high class way of cleaning a glass. Did you wait. Did you just drink the cockroach water?
Yes.
You said you were cleaning it, and then you drank it.
Cockroaches. They're not just normal low rent cockroaches. These are classy. I want to show you. I've got some presents. I've actually done some homework today. People said you're not engaged. I actually want to show you some. I want to show you a little bit of love today. Can I show you some love?
Well, I wish you would.
Okay, so we're just pouring a whiskey. I'm having a Talisker Sky single malt.
Well, hang on. Let's have a closer look at that bottle. There we go. Hey.
Now, I just wanted to show you. So we're going to have a little whiskey with you.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm on the Negroni. The Negroni stream.
Now, I want to show you something, right?
Let's have a look.
So people have said, Arch, you're not a very good man. You're not a good man. They said to me, you're not a good man.
Who would say that?
They've said that, Mark. I know the comments they've said. I want to show you. I actually did buy some things for Mrs. Chesterfield. Can I show you her ensemble?
You can. I know you just bought her a Cartier. Show us everything else.
So I will show you the complete set. Okay, I want to show you. Okay, because everyone says, that song is so nasty. Tears in his eye. He goes to Shenzhen. Yeah, but I know where my bread is buttered. Okay, do you understand that? I know which side my bread is buttered.
I hear you. I do too. That's why I don't mess around with the kitten. I'm a little afraid of him, which is just the way he likes it. Give me a second.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm going to show you the whole set. You want to see the whole set?
I do. Let's have a look.
Watches or jewelry first? What do you want to see first? Jewelry.
Yeah, because we already saw the watch. So let's have a look at the jewelry and then back to the watch.
I've got it all here for you to see. Let's show. So firstly,
look at you being prepared for the
bracelet, right?
Ooh, it's in a Cartier.
So I got a rusty nail. A rusty nail.
Yeah, but it's Cartier, darling.
Okay, that's a rusty nail. Now this.
That's
when I got the rusty nail for her the first time, I got the thin one. This is the heavy duty nail. Okay.
Wow. A bangle. It's a bangle.
It's a bang. It's fucking that. Believe you me, that was fucking expensive. I paid retail for it.
Cartier and Tiffany are both very, very expensive.
So that's her bangle.
Lovely.
Then we've got.
Well, wait a minute. Why isn't she wearing it? Why is it in your office?
Because I'm taking it to the bank safe today. It's got to be put up. Here's her necklace. Now this necklace. I would never have picked this, but she picked it.
It's very nice.
Yeah, it's ridiculously expensive for what it is.
Now, can I ask real quick, did we go to the local pawn shop or did we go to Cartier?
We went to Cartier.
Did you?
Yeah,
wow.
I put that for her.
You are a man in love. Look at that. Hey, before we move on,
she has a wedding ring.
Super chat. I would like to know what's going on here, sir.
Bob L. McClobber, $5. You are appreciated, Paul. Thank you so much. That's the wedding ring.
Bob, hang on a second. Bob McCobbler, we can't tell you how much we appreciate a super chat like that.
$5 is a big super chat.
Well, it's not only that, it's the message. It's the sentimental message, which says the work that you do here is important and it is appreciated entertaining the punters.
And then we've got a set of earrings.
Holy crap. Now, I have a personal question. Is this HELOC purchases? Are these like...
They were insurance payout. Okay.
Oh, how nice. Insurance.
And this here is first one. That's every woman needs an Omega.
Holy crap, she cleaned up.
Omega. So she's got an Omega.
I feel like you might get lucky.
And then we got the Cartier.
Holy cow. Yeah, no, this is quite a haul. This is quite
and
a
that's
haul.
a custom strap. We went to Cartier and we actually bought this custom. It just came back. That's the custom. Believe you me, that strap was fucking expensive.
Now make sure that she's got the crown screwed down because you know women.
And then finally, one more piece. Can I show you one more piece?
I can, but that's so much stuff.
One more piece. Finally, I got the box for her show pad.
Now, well, that is such a cool watch with the little diamonds floating around in there.
Yeah. So, believe it. Now, this was HELOC, and the Cartier watch was HELOC. This is HELOC.
I see.
Okay.
HELOC. HELOC. Home equity loan, guys. Home equity loan.
Home equity line of credit. And I got to be totally honest. I just wanted to show you that.
Guys, do you have pesky equity in your house? Spend it. Enjoy it. It's really pesky when it's not doing anything for you. Get a HELOC loan. You get a credit card. Every time you swipe it, your house is worth less. It's perfect.
I got to tell you.
Those are beautiful things. Beautiful things.
I'm just sending her a romantic text. What am I doing? I'm just sending her a romantic text.
You know what else you could do? I mean, there is one more thing you could do that would kind of seal the deal. Yuri.
Yes, sorry.
Yuri says, I have a boner for the trick trinkets. Not really. I like manly things. That's just me. But
now, the reason I'm just showing you this is I just wanted to show you. I'm sending it to the bank safe. My wife's gone away. She's gone away. I paid for her to go to. She's actually sorry. She's paid herself to go to. Actually, I paid for the ticket. She's gone to Japan for a couple of weeks, just to have a bit of a holiday, a break from the pond. I kind of. It's not that kind of. She wants to. She's going to a hiking thing. She's doing yoga retreat.
I assume she's got family there, right?
I know it doesn't talk to the family. No.
Was that over the marriage or like what happened? What happened?
No, it was. I don't go there. Doesn't matter.
All right.
We got Rusty's watches, £2. Mark, indeed, a few super chats, but many enjoy.
Well, isn't
having a whiskey?
Yes, delightful to know. Having a Negroni. I'm more of a gin guy. You know, there are very few whiskeys that I can drink a whiskey, but I don't actually love it. But a gin.
Actually, I must say, a good gin is well worth the money. You know
do you know actually what do you know what gin technically is?
No, what is gin? Sorry,
I never knew until kind of recently, even though I like it. Gin, gin is vodka, which has been infused with herbs and then distilled again. If you don't distill it again, it's just herbally infused vodka. But you take vodka
with herbs.
Yeah, well, it has to contain juniper. It can contain almost anything, but by law, it must contain juniper in order to be classified as gin.
What the fuck is juniper?
It's a berry off of a
In my country, there was a property developer called Juniper. He's the guy who tried to buy my gold sub off me, who was a bankrupt.
Who the bastard? Well, juniper is a berry off of a bush, which is very pungent and herbal and medicinal, which is why gin has kind of like a medicinal smell. But anyway, it's got a bunch of herbs in it, including must have Jupiter. They soak that in the vodka for a long time, and then they distill the vodka again. and the distillate is gin. If you don't distill it again, it's not gin. It's just herbally infused vodka. But who knew? Gin is vodka distilled again with stuff.
You know what?
There you
It's I just want to say to you,
Say it.
Maki, that you are a great guy to have on the stream. I just love you to death. You're a cool guy. Just, man.
You're not mad at me?
Why would I be mad at you? Mad at you for what?
Double check
what?
for this super chat.
Why would I be? Super chats keep us going.
They do.
Pasta $2. Arch wrench urinator on here and dungeon. Thanks. Urinator. Oh, he's nasty.
He's a bit nasty, but he's kind of fun and funny. But he is a bit nasty.
Yeah, we'll give him a wrench. Okay, I will. Let me just look at doing
Man,
that.
You just sent me the picture of this haul.
What did you think of the haul?
This is thousands and thousands of dollars worth of goodies. Now, if they don't make your wife happy, I know what will. If they don't do it, there's only one other thing that you could possibly do.
Yeah.
And you got to do this before she gets home, and that would be clean the kitchen. If you clean the kitchen.
I always keep things pretty clean, to be honest with you, Marky. I don't like dirty stuff.
We should do a Gonzo stream and head into that kitchen later this show to verify. Let's have a Gonzo kitchen inspection. Snap inspection.
We can. Oh, snap inspections. Fuck,
That's right.
man.
I want to see that kitchen. I'd like to know if it's in any shape, for that wife's arrival home in a couple of weeks. Because I know you, and I have a feeling there's like tins everywhere. There's dishes piled up. There's crusts of this and that. But there's one thing that is definitely not crusty is an additional super chat.
Super chat. Where have you been? We got Rich Mitch, $2, £2. Is the Aquaterra good addition to my collection?
Oh, yes.
Aquaterras. I like Aquaterra, right?
They're so pretty.
Fuck.
Don't pay
Sorry,
retail.
I'm gone onto the wrong one. I'm just don't pay retail. Aquaterra.
No. You got to get a used one.
You don't want to pay.
And Omega just had this massive price increase because of tariffs in the United States. So, Rich, if you're a Yank, and you're going.
Okay, so I'm going to give you urinator. It's Jupiter, not Juniper. It's Jupiter.
No, it's Juniper. It's not Jupiter. You're having the dyslexia again. You're looking at gin. It's Juniper. I'm
just giving him. He's got urinator's got a wrench. Who else should I give a wrench to? You tell me who else.
Hold on, I'll look and see what he said. He said,
urinator's got a wrench now.
And dungeon. Basta said, it was $2. Arch, wrench urinator on here and wrench. In other words, wrench urinator here, but also you wrench them on the dungeon.
Okay, I'll have to do the dungeon later, but yeah, we can do that. There's no problems.
By the way, I've had a report that Eddie almost killed himself on the dungeon, nearly falling into Lake Michigan or something like that. So.
Oh no! What happened?
I don't know. Apparently he's okay, but there was an incident. Now, Eddie and I are only about an hour apart. So, guys, I want you to talk to Eddie. Tell him that I apologize for anything nasty, vicious, and violent I've said about him, and he and I should get together. Let him know, people. Let him know.
Here we go. That's the collection photo. What do you think of that as a spread? Is that enough? Is that enough for a woman?
It's pretty amazing. Oh, it should be that in a clean kitchen. Urinator is saying
and she's also got an engagement ring, which came from from Alex Pofus. Alex Pofus. Alex Pofus has got engagement ring. I got as well.
Are you gonna renew your vows?
The reality is, right? Things are tough, right?
No. They are.
I started watching Four Seasons. Do you remember a thing called Four Seasons? Alan Alda did a Four Seasons in the 80s.
That was a good movie.
With Carol Burnett.
I remember.
You know what I didn't like about that movie? I was scarred for life. Remember they drove the Mercedes-Benz onto the lake? No?
Well, keep going. I don't really know.
Mercedes-Benz fell into the lake.
How terrible.
Remember they drove onto the frozen lake and the car.
You know, before we go any further, we really ought to give Rich Mitch his advice on the Aquaterra because he did super chat for it, and then we got distracted.
Aquaterras, Aquaterra. There's a couple different models. Rich Mitch, do you have a model number or reference? I gotta be honest with you. I'll just show you. This is the.
It's like a three-hander with a date, and they've got some new ones that have beautiful colors, but they'll have just had a big price increase. Get a used one.
Okay, so I want to share. Can I share a secret with you?
Oh, sure.
So I bought the show part. It didn't have the box. I bought this box on eBay, but this box in the photo isn't the best. So I tried to buy a new box on eBay, and guess what happened?
Well, what happened?
I got stung with a fake. Look at this. This is.
Yeah, but you can. No, that's a Cartier box.
It's a fake Cartier box. Oops, sorry. Whoops.
You know, I got to tell you something. You really need to keep your women apart and straight.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear hold on. Did you ever hear the prayer, God love my wife, God love my girlfriend, and may they never meet? Okay. Anyway,
I'm sending this back, right? I got to send it back. Okay.
Yeah, it's obviously crap. Like even the logo, look at the seam on there was bad.
Yeah. So, but the problem is, I'll show you what the problem is on the genuine Cartier box. Let me show you what's wrong with it. Okay, it's got this
crypto. Hang on.
I'll show you what's wrong with it. Okay, here we go. See, this is the box here. It's got the flaky interior. You know how it goes all so this is not fake. This is genuine.
Can you shellac it?
No, it's gone all fucking shitty. Look, it's starting to peel.
Well, no, have you written a letter to Cartier demanding satisfaction? You saddled me with the shitty box. It's 25 years old, but Keslow, hey. Oh, also we have a
Archibald.
Super chat.
You're providing terrible production value. The man super chatted £2. You don't even pull it up. You barely acknowledge the guy.
I'm pulling it up. Aquaterra. I've said, which Aquaterra is it?
Well, you pick one for him. He's just saying generally, is the Aquaterra a good collection?
You have a very
pull up the Omega website. Give him 60 seconds of your time. Please.
Tesla, you are a taskmaster.
Please.
Better still, you know where we're going to go? We're going to go on Rusty's watches, and we're going to see
David
what
SW?
we can get.
Whatever
Omega,
David SW,
Aqua,
Terra.
There we go. So which ones would I like there? I got to tell you something. Okay, for a collection itself, I really do love what I love in Aquaterra is I love the world timer.
Oh, it's just
two-tone. I'm not so sure. I love the green world timer.
I got you, T-dubs.
But I really like this blue one, the blue. What do you guys think? Which simple Aquaterra steel with blue hands. What would you go for?
I would get one of the colorful ones with the date, three-hander with a date.
Hey, by the way, there, Kelso, what did you think of the jewelry collection there for the wife?
Keslow.
I like the nail, the Clue, Justin Clue.
Yeah.
That's really nice. I ponied up for one of those a few years ago. Yeah, it was like $7,000, I think.
Oh, you got the good one as well. Because I had the cheaper one in my before the burglars.
Oh, no, they flex.
I know, they're shit. You want to get the expensive one,
Yeah, it's solid. Yeah.
Terry and Crypto, we will get to you momentarily. Okay, so what is your final take on the Aquaterra? Which one? Pick one. World timer or three-hander with date? The new ones look a lot like OPs. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Now, moving along.
I got to tell you, what would you go for? Seriously, out of these Aquaterras, you know what I would say? I would say you go two ways. Either you go for a steel, simple. Actually, I don't even like that one. I like just this one here, okay? 5,000, okay? Or I would say go for the blue world timer. I like Not
Yeah.
even this light blue. I like the original dark navy blue. I think that's the most beautiful.
And look at the
What
price. Look at the price, $7,900, and you can get them for like $7,000, $7,500.
Okay, you just tell us there. Okay, so let's what we do on this Rusty's here. We type in Aquaterra World Timer. Look at this, Marky. And now, actually, I'd get it on a bracelet.
Oh yeah, look at that.
What do you think?
Beautiful. A little pricey, but I reviewed this watch and I liked it a lot, but I found it pricey. And normally I don't like rubber, but Omega rubber is superior. It's really very, very wearable.
Yeah, the Aquaterra the rubber bracelets are really nice, actually.
Actually, so is the Seaman Master. All the when Omega does rubber, they do it nicely.
So would I add an Aquaterra? I think Aquaterra is a great watch. Nothing wrong with Aquaterra in the least.
All right, there's his $2 worth. All right, next super chat, we got Crypto
I want
Walk.
a Vacheron and Constantin overseas. Oh, I love this.
I want a Vacheron overseas dual time and big booty bitch.
I do love that VC. But they have multiple generations of the dual time, so the question is which one? I like the second gen. Tesla watch out.
Now look at this. What I find very...
We also have Terry asking to join the chat, please, for $6. Terry, the pin is linked. The link is pinned. I'm going to put it again in the chat for you. Here's the StreamYard link.
Good man. Mr. Chesterfield, I have a question.
Back to the Vash. Back to the Vash.
I love the Vash, the dual time. To me, I like the black dial. That's my favorite, is the black dial. This is at European Watches. He's a little bit pricey. I don't find him very... He's expensive, but he's very good, okay?
Yep.
Look at this, 21,500. But that's
the only thing with the dual time compared to the three-hander, the time only, it's very thick. It's a very thick watch.
Hello, Terry, joining us. Thank you. Terrence. By the way, you know what? Watch. Oh, hello, Terry. Jack Daniels, well done. He's had a haircut. Look, he's had a haircut. You know what?
Terry, sit up straight. You look skinnier when you sit up straight.
Well, you know what watch I'm wearing today, guys?
Much better.
It's a Breguet man.
Well, hold on. Wait. Closer look.
Breguet.
Hey, you can wear that with a t-shirt, can't you? Look at that. Yeah, why can't you wear that with dress watches with t-shirt?
Why not? You can do. You are.
I gotta tell you, that is a fucking
I don't wear
beautiful...
dress watches because I can tell you a beautiful vintage dress watch I had one time. I had a beautiful, and I had never seen a watch like it after I sold it. You remember the vintage Longines, right, from the 40s? You remember the vintage manual wine Longines from the 40s?
Yep.
That was solid gold. Okay. I had a...
They used to call him a 5-star Admiral, was their top of the line.
Yeah. I had a beautiful, solid 18-karat rose gold Volcane. Okay, this watch. Let me tell you how unique it was.
This is my rifle. This is my gun.
1945.
This is for fighting. This is for fun.
Beautiful done pink salmon dial. I had the penguin style vintage case.
Jelly donut.
Square, like a long rectangular square, but it was thin. It was thin and had the blue hands, the blue fire hands on it. It was a manual one. Let me tell you something. I took it in for service once.
I will rip off your head and skull. Fuck you.
The watchmaker was very impressed. He said the movement is beautiful because the movement, when they made it back then, Volcane, they installed a technique on the movement where you couldn't overwind.
The resemblance is frightening.
you could not overwind the movement.
That's pretty good.
So it had a stopper in
That's
the
from
movement.
Full Metal Jacket.
Well, Kane made
Yes,
this
yes,
a long
yes.
time ago,
Wait.
from
Yes.
1945. So you see what I'm talking about?
We
And
do.
here's the thing. I sewed the watch because I actually sewed it to buy a sport coat. Now get this.
Buy a
okay?
sport coat. You worked at Harrods. You could have
Well,
had
hang
it.
on. I can explain. I sewed the watch for £1,000 to buy a brand new Armani sport coat in black, the real deal.
Does it still fit?
Which list price in America for like $2,900 or something.
Do you still have it?
It was a beautiful black, but get this though. I bought the
we're ready.
sport coat, had the sleeves done on it, had it tailored. I never wore the damn thing.
Do you still have it? And
No.
does it fit?
I sold it on eBay for £500.
Good God.
Some bloke
what?
in New York bought it.
It's the comms. It's the
Whoa, that
comms.
T-Dubs.
Welcoming T-Dubs to the panel.
Or the comms.
I got an intro for T-Dubs.
So, anyways,
What? Let's say what?
Gross.
Let's say that
anyways,
was Eddie
long
and
story
D-
short,
Harry and I
Chicago.
feel sexually
everybody
harassed.
knows who
Harry and I are
Volcano is,
calling
right?
HR.
They initially
guys.
invented the world's first cricket alarm wristwatch, okay? So they claim that was Volcano, right? Everybody knows who they are. They've made watches for many presidents in the United
cricket.
States, okay?
Yes, they gave them to presidents. Get a cricket.
Exactly.
Yes.
Even Obama had one.
Full
So
Metal
here's
Jacket,
the
please.
thing, okay? However, I know that today
Arch.
they would be
Arch, what do you think? How do you think? Shut up, Terry. Shut up for a minute. And what do you think? How do you think Peter Dutton's feeling, Arch? How do you think Peter Dutton's feeling?
I quite like Peter. I voted for him. I voted for him.
there.
Wow.
here's
Arch,
the-
listen, you're over. Arch, come on, listen.
I like
We saw the whoopsie, Arch. The screen. Mark screenshotted it.
Do you know what
You're trying to tell us
thinking,
that you got all those trinkets, right, for the missus, and she's in Japan. Come on, Arch. I love it.
Why do you sound like Narc today?
I love it. The card yet. It's
feel like
nice.
I feel like he's
I'm
channeling his
drinking
inner
Jack
Narc.
Daniels because
Hey,
of
Marky,
Doberman.
you got to be careful, mate. You got to treat
Yeah.
that kitten. You got to treat that kitten with
Spit it
kid
out.
gloves. That
Spit it
kitten
out.
Anyways, to tell you long story
can turn
short,
into a tiger, Mark.
this one,
No, that's not wrong.
Kitten could turn
I
into a
had
tiger.
never seen another
not
one
right.
like it, ever.
You
Do you
don't want to
regret
wake up
selling
with
that watch? Do you regret selling it?
Private donut.
that. You're nuts,
Do you regret it?
Yeah, I do regret selling it because I think
Zach.
even
You don't want to get a Filipino haircut,
Hold on one
Marky. You don't want to get a
second.
Filipino haircut.
even for an antique watch, so they really
A
deserve
Filipino
it.
haircut.
So here's
Dubs,
the thing.
Dubs,
you know,
what do you think of Tam? What do you think of
like that.
Tampa,
Dress
Dub?
watch,
What do you think about
wear
Tampa?
dress watch. That was a dress watch, though. It was solid
Blah, blah,
gold.
blah.
Terry, look at Terry. Terry's got the Greggy Davis look. The Greggy Davis look, Terry.
Found one like it again.
Terry's got the Greggy Davis.
You know what? I've turned off his mic.
Yes,
I wonder
look.
if he'll even notice. Terry, you just keep talking like it's the Terry fucking Terry show.
I'm sorry.
No worries. All in good. How you doing there, Arch? Tell us how you're doing.
Hey, I am great. You know, I like touching stuff. I like feeling shit. You know, I've been
Do you? What are you touching now?
the Cartier there. Okay, I love that watch, and that's the custom strap. My wife. So what I did was I went to Cartier with the wife, and I said, let's pick a new strap for her. This was 600 Aussie, very expensive, but she chose alligator. This is actually dark navy blue in some, and it's extra long. And I got to tell you, this is a
Oh my.
very
Alligator is actually excellent for a dress watch. And crocodile.
it's a beautiful thing. I got to tell you, that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I must tell you this. That Longines, I had a 5-star Admiral, a Longines Conquest 5-star. It was actually a reissue. It was 35 mil. I sold it on my channel. I had a, and it when the 5-star Admiral was their top of the line version, and it was 18 karat. I sold it, right? But I agree with you. Longines used to be
decent.
They sort of, you know what the biggest analogy is? They became like Chrysler. Chrysler used to be the Mercedes-Benz of America.
I know, because the Spanish guy used to do the ads in America for them. The Corinthian leather ad, yeah.
And the reality is, it's all changed.
Well, can I tell you something? I seriously regret selling the Audemars vintage dress watch I have ago, because do you know the watch, I'm not joking about this, was worth £5,000 if sold to a collector? Because the movement was so well done, it was adjusted even back then to 5 positions, because it's a Geneva seal movement. I regretted selling it for scrap gold, because the guy who bought it for scrap gold didn't really know anything about the movement. The movement alone in the watch was worth like £1,500. So, but I mean, it's like this. I don't wear dress watches. I don't wear a tuxedo. I wore a tuxedo or a suit in a long time.
Maybe
so
you should.
I worked in
Maybe you should. I want to open a new ink today. I want to open a new ink. What would you? I'm going to do it on the show. What would you? I got 3 ink. I got 4 inks. You pick an ink. Can you pick an ink today for me? Okay.
Yeah. What are our choices?
Is it called the Monte Grappa?
No, these are Japanese. These are the best inks we've got. Firstly, we got this green, aqua green.
I love that. That's literally my favorite color in the world.
What that's Monte Grappa?
We got a red.
Very nice. Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, you got purple?
We got a blue.
Oh.
And we've got Mission Brown.
Oh, definitely aquamarine, the first one.
What do you reckon? Which one do you reckon go for?
Well,
you like that green. You wanted me to use that green.
Yeah, you know what? My bedroom was that color, or is that color. That's literally my favorite color in the world.
Okay, I'll
but you remember
10 now.
You remember though, years ago, Archie, when Longines was in partnership with Wittenauer, right?
Yes, that's right, Wittenauer, and also with Vash. I don't know.
Yeah,
Mikey
Snake. What's up, Mikey?
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Why is it evening, Mike? So why is it that these watch companies that existed 60, 70 years ago, when it was the golden age of heyday, why did it all go to shit for them?
Some of them rose to the top, and some didn't.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, that's
Well,
what
I mean,
kind of how it appears.
Super chat.
It was a cool fucking
Super
like now.
Super chat. We got the Narc, $2. Terry looks like Archie's son, or is it his brother? I would be very proud to have Terry as a son. Terry's a very, very fine, upstanding.
No, I would like to have you as a great uncle. We could do a lot together.
Is that like what? It like sounds dirty. Like we could do a lot. What do you mean?
Not the way you're thinking. No.
I think I might pump up this one. I might pump up.
That's beautiful.
What do you think?
I'll tell you what. If you sell that, don't sell it for no less than £1,000 because
I paid nearly fucking £2,000. I paid £2,000 for it. Fuck me dead. That thing was not cheap. I sold one before, and then I wanted to buy it back. Fuck me dead. I was looking for years to locate a good one. I'm gonna put it in the Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna do it in the Monte Grappa. Okay.
Monte Grappa.
What
color?
Bottled ink, right? Like the Parker pens. You still believe in bottled ink?
I can't get a word.
Yes. That's what I'm using. The Japanese bottled ink. That's what I'm using. Okay. Fuck.
You know looks clearer than water.
Sorry?
Drink it. Let's do shots.
A bottle of water.
Terry, would you do shots of Japanese ink?
No.
What would you do? What's your preferred? Terry, what's your favorite alcohol?
The only reason why I'm drinking Jack Daniels today is because of GoldenEye. But my favorite actual whiskey I've ever tasted was the Glenmorangie Scotch.
So you're a
Oh,
Scotch
yeah,
man.
it's a good Scotch.
You're a
It is
single
a
malt
single
Scotch
malt.
man.
And here's the thing, too. It's actually
Or girl.
not super expensive like Glenlivet or something like that. So here's the thing, because Glenlivet can be rather harsh on the palate. So, but if you drink, though, the Glenmorangie, like the cherry cask, it's actually quite good.
Super chat. We got Bob L. Clobber, $2. Got a vintage Caron de Anche ballpoint today. They're a great pen. They're a Swiss pen. They're made in Switzerland. I've been to the shop.
They actually made a few pens for Rolex years ago.
Yes, they did. Yes, they definitely have.
It's just like, can I tell you something? Dunhill doesn't sell well in the United States anymore, nor does it sell well much.
Anthony Weiner, I want to know the same damn thing.
But it sells
But you
well
got a super chat.
in South Asia. So answer that. It's a British brand.
Yes. No, it does. It's very true that there. I just did
Archie, did you read Bob's again? Like, give him his $2.
Okay, Bob L. McClobber got a vintage Caron de Anche ballpoint today. Arch. Well.
Do you know that? Do you know that brand? What do we know about this brand?
Yes, it's kind of a boot. They make expensive pencils as well.
Really? Pencils? Who knew?
Mostly for art students.
Now, I see. Like a charcoal, like draw me one of your French girls, Jack. Like that kind of. I see.
We do what we can, you know.
Now, what do you think of Terry? What do you think of Titanic era Leonardo DiCaprio?
Honestly, he was handsome 40 years ago. I'm joking. No, I tell you what, the best performance of Leonardo DiCaprio was in the Gilbert Grape movie.
He was great.
On, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though.
He was good
He
in
was
that.
also good in The Wolf of Wall Street, which came out about 15 years ago.
That was a great movie. But
Agreed.
at least he was legal in that.
He was also good in Titanic. However, I've actually got to tell you a story. I actually met
Good in Catch Me If You Can.
And do you know that was based upon a real story? It really happened.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, that's.
And he
Frank
wrote it down.
Abagnale.
And you know, could you imagine back in 1964 buying a DB5 because supply for him was scarce? Like they didn't have
one
thing. Yeah,
he had a DB.
He went and seen Goldfinger. He fell in love with the film, and he bought the car. He bought the damn car in the film. Well, I one like it, of course, not the one that had the machine guns and all that. But anyway, so here's the thing, though. So could you imagine trying to get that car even back in the 60s, and the supply with them even then was so scarce, you was nearly on a year waiting list from the manufacturer to get it. Because the 64 model DB5 was actually difficult to get. And it took like nearly 2.5 months.
So he had a DB4 or a DB5?
The DB5. I'm sorry. Yeah, the DB4 was the previous one, but
it was a DB2/4, wasn't it?
Yeah. But the DB5 though, what made it interesting? It had a new engine in it, specifically developed by Aston, and it put out even back then. Get this, the numbers were astonishing: 282 horsepower out of a stunning flatline straight six, only developed by Aston Martin.
Did the 2 and 4 look just like the 5, basically?
Almost, except for the taillights. And
like, if you weren't an aficionado, would you like look at either model and just kind of lump them? Say, yes, that's the same car.
Yeah, you could basically, except for one tiny key difference. The DB5 had the spoke wheels for 64, so you could specifically tell the difference, not just by the film.
Okay, I was just curious about that though, because I mean, I as like everybody, I love that car. You know, James Bond history. It is a total icon.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know much more about it than I do. That's why I'm asking.
Well, the only reason why I knew was because I actually heard the director talk about the film. He said it was nearly. He said if you try to like buy that car new in '64 and order it all the way from Crewe, England, where it had to be made. It was like nearly you had to. It was harder than trying to get the Rolls Royce back then, because you literally had to be on almost a year waiting list just to get one. And it was almost because they only made so many of them. I mean, like every little detail of the car, even back then, was all done by hand. The interior, the wood, all of it, like it was hand finished. There was hardly any mechanics to went into except for like, the fuel system and of course the engine. But even the engine was all done by hand. That's like when Aston was like purely Aston. And then, of course, they got into like bed with, I guess, as called Benz AG for like some of the advances, not the new engines. But I can tell you this, though, the actual true last real Aston that was built was, in fact, the DBS that was driven in Casino Royale. Because
now, the thing with the DB, I don't know if you know this, that was actually because David Brown of David Brown Tractors bought Aston Martin. They were kind of a basket case for a long time. And just like Lamborghini, the tractor maker, started his own supercars, David Brown. Yeah. And just out of interest there, a side note, Banford, Banford does the design studio. He is the B that's in JCB tractors and backhoes, those diggers, the excavators.
Because, the Brazilians used to buy those all the time because they believed in the British tractors. Because it was hard at the time, like back in the 60s, to get John Deere over there in Brazil and all that, so they relied on the British tractors.
Now, Terry, if I can interrupt you for one brief second, Archibald, I do have a question for you, and that is, you put an interesting title on this stream, expanding your collection with garbage, and I know we have to like title a stream something, and then we just end up seeing where the fuck it goes, and this one has gone full bore, Full Metal Jacket, but I did think it was an interesting topic because I'm wearing a shitter as we speak. Garbage, absolutely. A quartz shitter that I dearly love. And I'm wondering,
what brand is it?
This is a Momentum. And it's based on the sea quartz that Magnum PI wore for 3 seasons before he got his dad's.
His Pepsi.
His Pepsi, right.
Yeah.
Wow.
But this was the first 3 seasons. And on a Tropic, but I got it on a Juby. Anyway, Archie, I'm just wondering,
quartz and all.
Oh yeah, the whole deal.
I have to get one of those.
Watch a little. And they're cheap. They're like $300.
I loved Magnum PI.
I know what, right? This is such a. You know what, Mikey? MomentumWatches.com. MomentumWatches.com. But anyway, Archie, I'm wondering what you were thinking. What is your take on collections that get expanded with garbage? What is your current thinking, and what did you mean by the title?
I actually expanding the collections where now we're in a very tough economy. So instead of adding just Tudors and secondhand beaters, we're adding things like the Doxers and. This was to carry on from yesterday's thought. We had yesterday's school of thought where our good friend, Terry was showing us that garbage, man. Terry, I didn't want to be disrespectful to your super chat yesterday, but fuck me dead, Terry. There is more to life than garbage like that.
I know it's garbage. However, I will explain. I do like Doxa, and I'm going to tell you why.
I love
Doxa.
But here's the thing. Because...
Super chat.
I'll tell you
Here
why.
we go. CB, $5. Terrypedia or Mikepedia? They're both different.
All right, Terry, please resume.
I'll tell you why. Because they are an actual Swiss brand. And the watches are made for diving. So think about it. But they do all that, just like you can get the chronograph. They do all that for.
You know what? Dox is wonderful. I have a 300 sub T. They came out with the 200. These are great. These are very fun watches for kind of like.
They're reasonably priced too.
Yeah, like $2,000 for my.
Yeah, exactly. Another good company in the lower mid tier ranges like Ball.
Oh my God! I've got 3 balls, Mike. 3 balls. You
got 3 balls.
3 ball man.
Wow, man, amazing, Mark.
But you know what? Can I tell you one
Actually,
thing I've
I
learned
was
about
actually going to
ball?
buy a.
There's something very important that I've learned about ball that I want to share with you right now, guys. Don't buy anything complicated from ball. By all means, get a diver, get a three-hander, get a day date, whatever you want like that. But I made the mistake of buying a ball world timer, which was world time diver, which was so cool when it was working. But it's ETA movements, and when ball puts modules on ETA movements to get complications, they're just delicate and easily fucked up. And then ball service is kind of so-so. So just stick with the normal chronographs, dive watches, three-handers, day dates. Don't get anything fancy from ball would be my suggestion.
Yeah, good advice.
Can I just tell you something? If I was going to dive in the water, like I was seriously going to go down 1,000 feet, there is no way in hell I would ever wear a $14,000 Savannah in the ocean. The reason being is because, or a blanc paint, even though I know that's its intended purpose.
Well, you'd have a dive computer, Terry. I mean, 1,000 feet is 300 meters. You'd have decompression. You'd have a diving bell. Come on, you'd have a dive. Nobody does that.
I would never, though, dive into the deep ocean with a Savannah because, I mean, face it, you pay $12,000 for it.
You'd be wearing a sea dweller.
Well, yeah. I mean, I put a NATO on it, and you know what? Wear your fucking watches and stop worrying about them. They're made for that shit.
But I understand what Archie is saying. It's not like I don't, okay? Here's the thing. It's not like I never have. The one I do favor them, two of the ones I favor the most, of course, is like a dream watch, is, you know, the 50 fathoms like everybody wants.
No, I don't like the 50 fathoms.
Well, you never did. I'm just saying
it's too big. I tried it on in Hong Kong, Terry, and it was like it was like this.
They do make 41 mil. They do.
Yeah, but that's not really the classic. Now, Terry, I hate to interrupt you for money, but I must.
Bob L. McCobler, $2. New carpet for Mike the Snake Fund.
Someday.
Let's have a quick look, Mike.
Thank you.
Quick look at the carpet.
No, that ain't happening. Sorry. But thank you. Thank you for the sentiment.
Would you really go into the fucking water that far down with a $15,000 watch?
Absolutely.
I've taken my Submariner to Baja, Mexico, and gone swimming in the ocean and big game fishing.
That's different, Mike. That's different. That's not like, I mean, I'm not like saying, you know, you got your scuba mask on and your oxygen and all that, and you're going to literally climb down the fucking.
What's the deepest you've ever been, Terry? What's the deepest you've ever been?
I haven't yet. I'm afraid to get on a cruise ship.
The deepest I've ever. Oh, for fuck's sake! I love a cruise ship. Just got back in February. But anyway, the deepest. I mean, I'm not like a dive maven, but I got resort certified, which was great fun, and several times went down to like 50, 60 feet, which is about the limit for resort, certification. And it's incredible. It's such an amazing. Such an amazing thing to do, and I don't remember what watch I wore, but I'm sure I wore.
If you pay like £300 here, you can go to a dive exploration thing. It's almost like it, and the deepest they'll take you is like 380 feet. I know there's like
380 feet. You got to do decompression on the way up. Which
you do.
Well, yeah.
And actually, if you'd like to know about how, but if you want your decompression tables, as Mike and I both know, they're printed right on the DOXA bezel. It tells you how long you have to stay. It tells you how long that you can stay at 300 feet without a decompression, and it's about 4 minutes, 3 minutes. It's very, very brief.
Yeah. My brother got the bends. He was diving for lobster, and I don't think he was terribly deep, but I think he was down there for a while, and he was 20, 30, 40 feet probably. But he was down there for a while, and he came up too fast, and he got the bends.
Well, theoretically, at 30 feet, you shouldn't have to decompress at all. Real quick, Mike, we have this.
I don't know the details.
Super chat. Here we go. Super chat. Anthony Wiener, $5. Terry, what size hog do you like on a partner?
Oh, he's talking about his. Well, I mean,
I think you look more for personality, don't you? You're more of a personality
because I mean, here's the thing. Look, Why go with somebody just because of sex? I mean, that's so stupid. That's
Terry,
exactly
top or bottom? Let's get down to it. Top or bottom, Terry? Quick.
top.
There we go. So then you don't care about the wiener, the
No.
hog. You don't care. You just want to make sure. Terry, can I ask you one question? One top to another. Does it demoralize you if his is? Does it demoralize you if his is bigger than yours?
No.
Or you don't care? All right, not good to know.
I don't care.
So
But
Terry,
here's the thing.
abs, yes or no?
Of course, I mean, if
There we
find one, but you know, I mean, shit. When you're like, 42 and you're like overweight, you're thinking, oh, what did I go wrong?
Well, you know what, Terry? Start hitting the, hit the gym like me.
I used to do that, but I can't hardly fucking walk anymore after work because, I mean, my joints, they told me I'd have to have an operation. I'd be off work for 5 months.
You know what I need?
Terry, go back to selling Benzes, man. You would have been a great Benz salesman.
Well, I'm actually going to take the real estate exam next month because we're moving. So I'm going to take the real estate exam.
I don't know about this. See, the problem with real estate is you'll talk them out of the sale, but on cars, you'll talk them into the sale.
Or watches.
There's not enough money. There's more money in cars than watches these days.
Of course. But I mean, here's the thing. I like Rolex. I've owned a few. I'm not saying I don't. It's just I don't really think I'm Rolex material. I'm more like Breitling, maybe, or Tudor. Because, I mean, here's the thing. Rolex, I mean, let's face it, it's quite an achievement if you can really get the sub-manner you want. But I like the two-tone, of course. I think, it's the most beautiful. But here's the thing. It's an achievement. You only get that, after so many years of dedication and work. And, it's almost like you've earned it. You know what I'm talking about? It's not so much, you got the money, you can just buy the damn thing. It's like, it's an achievement. You know what I'm talking about? It's just like when the man first gets his first Vacheron. It's like, it's an achievement that was earned with hard work and respect, not so much.
I can relate. I felt that way when I bought my first Submariner, for sure.
Yeah, it's better to earn it instead of just, you got the money from Daddy's fund, just go buy it, I mean, because he gave you that for Christmas.
Does it really matter how you got your money? I mean, think about it. Does it really matter?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Because, I mean, look, it's like, I mean, I've met people before, like I told you in the past.
In other words, what's wrong with old money?
There is nothing wrong with old money. I believe solely in, the self-made millionaire. It's just nowadays, you've got so much of these young yuppies and all that to think, just because the family died or whatever, like the great uncle died, we left them $10 million in a will or whatever, 10 million pounds.
Oh, I wish that'd be nice.
They think that they've literally got to buy everything in 2 years, and they think that, the hell with everybody else in the family.
What will we all do on the panel if suddenly we woke up one morning and we had $10 million? Lottery win, 10 million, and that's after taxes. Let's start with Mike the Snake. Mike, you've got $10 million after taxes. What are you going to do? What's the plan?
First thing I'd do, I'd probably get a financial advisor.
Oh, no, bad advice.
Now, that's being smart, but we know Archie's not down with that one.
But I would definitely spend quite a bit on toys and friends. Like all my friends, you, Mark, Archie, everybody would get a new car.
You buy me fish and chips and pie or something more serious?
Well, that's exactly why you don't see the financial advisor.
You get the car of your choice. You'd get the car of your choice or the watch of your choice. Something along those lines. My family and friends would all benefit greatly, and then quite a bit would go to charity.
But Mike, hold on.
Charity begins at home, Mike.
Mike, it's only $10 million. We got to start with you get a financial advisor. He or she is not going to let you give away a bunch of money to your family and friends. They're going to want to secure your future.
True. Yeah, and 10 million is actually, that's not even, is it critical mass?
Yeah, it is. Because listen, what we got to talk about, Mike, is the 4% rule. So on the 4% rule says if we have a portfolio of $10 million in the stock market, that you can spend 4% of it without ever depleting the principal. 4% of $10 million is $400,000 per year that you can draw without ever touching the 10.
Okay.
You know, so
well, then you know what? I'd probably keep every goddamn penny and put it in the bank and live off the 4%.
No,
and fuck everybody.
No.
Right, you absolutely could. And for $400,000 a year, you're talking about like, I don't know, 30 grand a month. How are you going to spend 30 grand a month?
Oh, I could spend 30 grand a month, like
Wouldn't that be
real
fun?
easy.
Well, tell me about your first month. What happens in the first month? 30 grand.
The first month would probably be, you know, finding a new place, you know, upgrading the interior, like domestic shit. Yeah, carpet.
Would you get a supercharger for the Caterham?
I'm getting that anyways.
Would you do a $5,000 super chat?
No, I would probably buy a supercar of some type for sure. I definitely would get the nicest Pantera that existed.
Well, you'd have to finance it because you only got $30,000 a month, but still not bad.
Well, that's right. I only got $30,000 a month coming in.
Yeah, but you could finance it. You'd be all right.
Fuck. Well, yeah. Oh man, that's tough.
You could make one big purchase.
Like, I know what Archie would do.
Yeah, if I could make one fat purchase and then the rest were properly advisored. That would probably be my one big grab. That and my Vacheron 4500 blue overseas 3-hander. I'd get those two things, and then that's probably it. Like, I'm actually selling my Ducati. I just rode it all over the place today to death, and I love it. But it's just with blood thinners, and I shouldn't be riding at my age. It really is. And and I'm not selling it and naked without a toy, right?
Right, you got a toy. I
got another toy to replace it.
The reason that you're selling the Ducati is the same reason that I live on what was a horse farm, and I don't have any horses. And I used to, when I was a younger man, when I was in my 30s and 40s, what I would have given, I was shopping for a horse farm. I just couldn't afford one at the time. Because I had horses. And what I would have given to have this place. But, if I come off a horse now, it's going to fuck me up really bad. And when you have horses and motorcycles, it's not a question of if you're going to get hurt. It's a question of when and how bad. That's all.
Pretty much. Yeah. I grew up from 4th grade, like all through school, cleaning horse stalls after school. I developed a great hate for horses.
I love a horse. All right, Archie, your turn. What are you doing with $10 million?
I promise not to say that or mention my distaste of horses. So
I got to tell you something. For starters, you know what you do? I actually really do like Marky. Seriously, Marky, I tell you what I would do. Seriously, I would buy myself. Yes. I would buy myself I'd buy a couple. So. Okay, so $10 million US is 15 Aussie. So I would spend 5 on real estate. I would buy a house, about 2.
Where?
I would buy in Brisbane, next to my dad's Mount Omni mansion. I would buy a Gold Coast apartment for $1 million, and I would also buy an inner city apartment for the side pieces to use. That's 3 properties that would take up the $5 million. Okay, so that's my real estate.
But you got $5 million left.
No. We've got, this is 10 million US is 15 Aussie.
That's right. So okay, you got 10 million.
$5 million for real estate.
Yes.
$5 million to put into the market. That'll give me my 4%. 4% rule.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I do.
So that would be in Aussie stocks. That could be a bit of gold, a bit of, I'd buy a little bit of metals. I would also buy no crypto. I could tell you this: 0 crypto crap. 5 million in basically that's stocks, some gold, and some cash. That'd be a little bit of a cash reserve. Then
we still have 5 left.
Then we got 5 to play. 5 to play.
I see.
5 to play.
You're gonna make it rain at Solid Gold Dancers.
You know what I would do?
Yes, I do
know what I would do?
You go to Melbourne. and make it rain.
5 to play. For start, we want some cars. Okay, I want $1 million. So out of the 5, 1 million for vehicles.
Like a Maybach?
That's
one, like
no,
one or a
no,
bunch?
no. Second hand. We want a Bentley. We want a Rolls Royce. We want a Porsche. We want
the insurance.
A BMW, another BMW, because mine's getting a little bit old and.
Well, you'll have to call through.
Okay, so we want $1 million in vehicles, Aussie. Then I got 4 million left.
Down to 4.
I want $1 million. $1 million. So I want $1 million in watches.
$1 million in cars.
I want $1 million to help family and friends.
Hey,
you have no friends. Okay. So basically $1 million.
How much is Clyde in for?
Okay. Then so I got 2 million left, right?
Yeah.
You know what the 2 million would be for?
Bribing. Oh yeah, I do know.
Okay. The 2 million left. Okay, what that would be for is 1 million. Okay, 1 million, right?
Yeah.
I would actually give. I would give.
What would you give? You got super chats. Hurry up.
Okay. I don't know how to say this to you. Ladies that were nice to me, right, and still want to continue relations, I'll put $1 million aside for that.
You're gonna make it rain. Look, I gotta interrupt you.
She would do anything, right? We'll go back to her. We'll say, right, we're happy to get you enjoyed in it. And then 1 million. You know what 1 million for, Mark?
What? Come on, co-hosting. No.
I want to have the biggest ever Archie Luxury fan party in the world. New York, Chicago, London, Paris, right? And what we do is, Marky, I'm going to give you, I would give you as being a loyal. Oh, fuck. I would give you a Pikachu.
A Pikachu. That would be a lovely gift, a Pikachu. I really like that model.
Mike, I would give Mike. I tell you what, I'd give Mike.
Doxa? He loves the Doxa.
I'd give him my gold Breguet chronograph.
Wow. Look at that, Mike. You're a Breguet.
Terry?
Mike, you're a Breguet man. Terry?
Breguet man.
Terry's eating something greasy.
I give him a Datejust. Steel Datejust.
No!
Yes.
I don't want it.
Well, then I'll take it. That's fine. I'll take it.
And I'd also give, I tell you who else, Kelso. Keslow. I would give him, I'd give him. I want to give things that are almost perfect, but not quite perfect. Like I'd give him a Breguet 36 mil Breguet. You know what I'm saying, don't you?
I thought you liked them.
I do, but I just, I want him to realize I'm just telling you, right?
Yeah. I hear, I see, I understand. Listen, before you get any more caught up in this $15 million Aussie, Phoebe has sent a super chat that I feel like you should read.
And by the way, what I would do is too, with the watch I gave you, Pikachu, I'd put it on an aftermarket strap, and you have to be good to me, otherwise I don't give you the buckle.
No. I know what you'll do. Hold on. No, you would just give me the whole fucking watch, and you would give me the box, but you would hold the card, you'd hold the paper.
Exactly.
I know.
Yeah, CB $10, Arch Ice or Space Toner, and why? Pull up the pics I sent.
Oh, Space Toner.
I'm just calling it up. This is from CB.
Now, is that a meteorite dial? I'm guessing.
Okay, so yeah, this is quite amazing. CB's got some amazing shit. I mean, realistically, if you want amazing shit,
there's nothing better.
I'd actually give CB. By the way, what I would like to do is if you come on the Archie Luxury, the tour, like if you're a panelist that comes to my super party, I'm going to have commemorative Reverso 1931s.
Ooh,
commemorative Reverso 1931s. You know the tribute 1931s. Each one's going to get one.
Oh,
okay. What would I get? So the ice or the Space Toner. So the ice is the Platona. Or the space. Space is that's the meteorite. You know what? Personally, if you gave me a choice, you know what I would take?
Yeah.
I'd have to take the ice.
Really?
Yeah,
Me too.
Yeah.
But why? I got a reason why.
Oh, because it stands out like dog's balls. Okay.
Yeah. You know what it is
I got
for
a
me?
platinum.
It's the fucking bracelet. It's a giant fucking chunk of platinum on the bracelet. Now I know that the meteorite dial. This is probably a stupid decision because there's probably more platonas out there than there are meteorite. Probably, but like that platona, that's like that.
It's about enjoying it. I don't care how many other shit is there.
How you could enjoy that's like a kilo of platinum, and that's very enjoyable. So that's probably why I would do it. But oh my god, I would be torn between two lovers.
Torn between two lovers.
Feeling like a fool. Exactly. Well, yeah, man. Jesus Christ, DB.
I'm just gonna mix some wax whilst we're on the show.
Whoa! Hold on. Let's have a close look at that wax. Oh, it's your Mike. It's his works.
Archie's he's gaining a wax habit.
Do we call it work? Do we call it works, Mike, when we heat up heroin?
Archie, are you a heroin?
I'm getting wax for my wax seal, the Archie.
Now, Archie, can you actually wax something like your leg with that kind of wax?
It's a different type of wax. It hurts.
Would you consider getting like a leg waxing or a Brazilian for substantial super chats?
You know, I actually became addicted to pain. You know, I did the nose hair removal waxing, right?
Yeah. How about legs?
And I'm fucking addicted to it. I don't know why. You ever get addicted to that shit?
What about armpits?
How do you get addicted to that sort of shit?
Well, listen, you know what? Now maybe you're ready for your first tattoo.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
I mean, I could raise a lot of money for an armpit waxing.
I actually was thinking about getting a Breguet tattoo. You know that?
Forehead? Neck?
What do you think? Oh, on my hand. I was thinking about doing it, but
hand tattoos are very painful. Call poor Paul Thorpe and ask him. You got to go to prison to earn one of those.
You reckon? So there we go. I'm just doing the seal now. It's to go with that green.
You can't see it. You know, lower the camera. Let's have a look. There we go. Thank you. CB, we will continue lusting over your watches in just a moment, and then we will also move on to Dr. Bob's Nightmare. That's beautiful. Look at that color. I love that. Fuck. Did you already send my birthday card out? Because I want you to redo it with another seal in that color.
Well, I can put a seal on the back of it if you want.
Yes, because you didn't send it out yet. You know what? Yeah. This is where being lazy has paid. Because I want that. I want that wax.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's pretty amazing wax, actually. You want the same color?
I want that teal, that aquamarine.
Do you want it mixed with the yellow like that one, the kind of bicolor, or would you just prefer the aquamarine?
I'm just an aquamarine. I'm a simple aquamarine man, Mikey.
Okay.
All right, CB, that is amazing, just fucking amazing. And actually,
I gotta tell you seriously, you know what? I honestly, even if I won $10 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck it. I get the fucking. Would you get the day? The question I want to ask you is, like, I'm just a normal person. I'm going to do the wax for you. You really like those colors?
Well, the teal.
I actually mixed 3 colors together. So what I did was I took a really darky green.
We don't say dark.
I got a light green.
Okay.
And also a blue.
Perfect. Blue. There we go.
Okay. So you really want that? You get that. Mark,
all right. I want to see it happen, but first I'd like to move on to Dr. Bob's Nightmare Super Chat.
Super chat. Dr. Bob's Nightmare, $2. Mike the Snake, why you haven't have Coda cloned with the money?
No, I would not have her cloned.
She was kind of a badass, dog. Guys. I talked to her.
She was a good dog. She was
kind of aggressive. She was dog aggressive.
Yeah. I got to tell you something, Mark. if you had like a windfall, so I said I was going to spend $1 million on watches. How many do you want? Do you want like quantity or it's quality? What
well,
is the?
I mean, because you could get one Richard Mille and be done with your $1 million.
I don't even want a Richard Mille. I honestly, I don't even want one. Do you want one?
No,
I don't even. I tell you one brand I will never buy. You know what brand that is?
Wait. Hold on. Why would you not buy an FP Journe?
FP Journe. I was just going to say the same thing.
FP Journes. I wouldn't buy one. I get a couple.
Well, all right, fair point. Well, what would you not buy?
Archie, remember Laurent Ferrier?
I would not buy. I tell you what, I would not buy.
Grubel Forsey?
A fucking AP, because they treated me and my friends like garbage in the
Well,
store.
they gave you a third asshole on your service.
They treated me like fucking garbage. So I'm just going to do a stamp now.
If I was buying a stupidly expensive watch, it would have to be Rolex, and it would have to be something off catalog. Like a busted out, like a Rainbow Daytona, just something off catalog. Because I'm not.
Marky, how does that look? How's that for a stamp for you?
Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you. I love that. Gorgeous.
You didn't ask me what I'd buy.
Well, go ahead. Your turn. What would you buy?
Okay. I would buy Swiss gold bars, a Rolls Royce, and a solid gold Blanc Pain 55.
Now, why specifically Swiss gold bars? Because they're made out of Jewish teeth, Terry. Why Swiss?
Because the Swiss have the bloody best gold in the world.
They do not. Thailand has the best bloody gold in the entire world, and it's
the Germans did after World War II.
Yeah, of course they did. But let's leave teeth out of this. In Thailand today, right now, you can walk into any gold shop and it's 22 karat.
What about 25 karat?
Well, they don't make such a thing. It doesn't exist. That's over purity.
They did in Austria 300 years ago.
I see. Interesting.
During the War of Napoleon.
Well, good old Napoleon. Now, of course,
you remember, I'm sure you all know this family, one of the most powerful families in the world. Hang on. The Rothschilds, right? Everybody knows who they are?
Baron de Rothschild.
Okay. Do you know they were so fucking rich over 300 years ago, they practically financed the entire Napoleon War. The Austrian family did, the Austrian part.
They had some nice wine, too.
The whole war. That's how rich they were then.
How rich are they now?
They're in the trillions. They're way up there. The last living heirs of the family, you can literally go to Edinburgh, England, and you can visit the freaking mansion. It's almost the size of Oxford. That's how big the damn house is. And it's a big house. I've never been inside it, but I've met people who've been inside of it 20 years ago.
Now, Terry, what if the last remaining Rothschild was a twink, but with a 13-incher, and he was only a top, and he wanted you, but a strict top, and you got to take it.
Well, I think it would have to be the last day in the world to do that. If the world was ending, you're standing there, you don't give a shit because you're going to die anyways. You got a fucking cigar out there so big, you don't know what to do. It could take all day to smoke it.
And you're just
you got a big bottle of brandy. It's been aged for 40 years.
Super chat, CB, resonance or Papillon, and why pull it up? Well, fuck me, Dad. This is actually pretty fucking. This is pretty fucking ridiculous.
French dog.
In Papillon, didn't he wear a certain watch? The movie?
No. Although that was Steve McQueen.
I got to be honest with you. Yeah. For me, I'd have to go resonance. I love just the simple. It just.
Just
two watches in one. I just love it. I just love how it's done. Okay.
I'd like to know about the. I'd like to know more about the food at the FP Journe restaurant in Geneva, in Genève. What did you eat? What'd you eat there?
Oh, I can actually. Hang on.
You have pictures?
Of course, I got pictures. I think we do.
I'm just wondering, was it a big plate with a smear of sauce and then a tiny dot, one fucking caviar egg or something obnoxious?
Like your average French dish.
Right, and they give you that big smear of sauce to make it look like it's important.
Yeah, they do up the plate, all fancy.
Although, Mike, actually, you know what? I've been to Paris a couple times, and they give you a generous amount of food there. It's England where they leave you hungry, but in Paris,
Really?
And listen, in England, they know how much food you need to be happy, and they give you 10% less. In France, they know how much food you need to be happy, and they give you 10% more. In America, they know how much food you need to be unhealthy, and 100%.
Well, my only experience has been with like the 2 or 3 French restaurants in my area, and they've just been notoriously consistent in their super small portions. Like when you order their ravioli dish for $22.95, it comes with 4 big raviolis.
Now, Archie, you sent me all these pictures, but you should be showing them on screen.
Yeah, I'm pulling them up. I'm pulling it up. Just hang on.
Can I tell you, gentlemen, something? Do you know, actually, I am British, and I do like bangers and eggs and all that, but can I actually tell you something I prefer more?
Yep.
I prefer
What's that?
Smoked trout, grits, creamy grits.
That's American.
I know, but it's good, though.
Oh, my God. I'm looking at these pictures. Archie, it's totally the big smear of sauce and like one fucking cube of fish.
Now, I got to tell you just quickly, between the two here, the Resonance or the Papillon, I got to go Resonance, man. So it's a lot more expensive, I believe, CB, but the Papillon itself isn't anything to be sneezed at. I've got to be honest with you. In all honesty, I just love the Resonance because it's 2 watches in one. It's fucking incredible. It's
a dual time zone? Is that what we got going on there?
Basically.
Yeah.
Power reserve 2, and it's got independent seconds. Look at that. It's just incredible piece. The Papillon itself there, that's an amazing watch. I got to be honest with you. I don't it's a type of chronograph. I thought Papillon. Papillon is a type of chronograph. I don't see it.
No subtitle.
Yeah.
Red skin potatoes and fried poached eggs.
Well, that's all very American.
I got to take I just like the Resonance because I can see it. I love it. It just looks so beautiful. I always wanted one since he first showed me it.
The Papillon's hard to read. You got to really you got to stare at it and figure it out, and then go, "Oh, there's the clock."
Bob L. McClobber, $2. Arch Daniel Roth anniversary Papillon. Pull it up. There's actually that was Monochrome had an article on that one there. I'm bringing it up on the screen now. So Papillon, that's a special series type of watch. Let's call it up and see what the fuck it is. CB teaches us new words. Now let's have a look here. Let's get it up on the screen. This is the Papillon from Daniel Roth.
Papillon.
What the fuck is a Papillon? Let's just be honest there.
Papillon. It's also a very cute breed of dog. It's called the butterfly dog with giant ears.
Papillon, so I usually wear it on special occasions. I'm not white gold, but that's a
that's cool.
That's how the minutes are done. Look, the minute. Look at that. That's the minutes are done like that, and the fuck. That's pretty amazing. Why is the other one a Papillon? Why is CB's one? I don't see. Seriously, I don't understand it. See, is that a pap? Okay.
I see. I understand.
What do you think of this? 1,000? Fuck me dead.
A bit pricey.
They can't be that expensive, can they?
Bit pricey.
Do you like it, Bart? There we go. CB, tell us about, is that a Papillon you had before? What is a Papillon? It's some sort of dog. Did you know that?
Well, Papillon is
Continental toy spaniel.
They're adorable, and they've got prick ears, and they're called the butterfly dog because their ears are so big they look like a butterfly.
A papillon refers to a featuring a butterfly motif, often in the form of a butterfly automation on the dial. Oh, I see.
You see, papillon means butterfly en français, mon ami.
Okay. In Thailand, I get called that for other reasons.
Well, we'll have to explain to the guys. When you go into a bar, you know, a woman might sort of think like, you're going to be my man, and you have to tell her, I butterfly. What that means is I sip from all of the various flowers. I'm not a one-woman man. I'm a butterfly. I butterfly. And then she knows you will sip from every flower in the bar. And then it's okay. But if you don't tell her that first, and you cause her to lose face on the next day, you are likely to get clubbed over the head with a beer bottle or a pool cue.
Very interesting. Does the same rules apply into the gay bars, Marky?
You know, here's the funny thing. In the gay bars in Thailand, the guys, the boys versus girls, guys versus, you know, women, the guys are much more relaxed. The women are very aggressive in the bars, and the dudes are much more laid back. So it's actually less of a problem in the gay bars, more of a problem in the straight bars. Funny thing. Women are very aggressive in Thailand in the bars, and the boys are much more demure. I feel like Terry would like it quite a bit. Okay, so when you finish with this, we've got another one to look at from Dr. BTW. Let me know when you're ready.
Here we go. Got a super one from Dr. BTW, $2. Is it a roach? Is it a roach climbing on Terry's left wall? Oh, a roach.
Terry's busy. But I don't see a roach.
That big giant thing above his head, maybe?
That looks like a shelf.
What about that?
Yeah.
He got a lava lamp. He's got a lava lamp.
He does. Well, it's that or a dildo. We're not sure which, but probably a lava lamp. All right.
Very interesting stuff.
Is. Well, you know, Bob McCobbler, it was $2, and we feel like we've given you your $2 worth.
I got to tell you, seriously, would you, if you had, we said $10 million, would you buy Jean's? What brands would you be buying, Marky?
No, I wouldn't. What I told you, I would just get me like some ridiculously expensive off-catalog Rolex. Because really, you know, I like one of two things. I like Rolex or like no-name garbage that just has features that I particularly
How much
like.
no-name garbage could you buy? $10 million worth?
No,
Fuck.
really, I've already got $10 million. I've already got $10 million worth. You know, what I really ought to do is just fill a box. I've got 3 sons-in-law. No, I don't. I have a son and 2 son-in-laws. So there's 4 boys, 3 boys. And what I need to do is just fill up a shoebox for each of these boys and just like send them watches. You know what? That's a fucking good idea. I think I'm going to do it. I can get rid of so much.
Mark.
What,
you know what?
Sorry, it was on the telephone.
Yes.
Especially if they've got kids, grandkids, or things like that.
No, I'll give them good watches. But I'm talking about lower, mid to lower tier garbage is what I'm talking about. What's up, Terry?
Could you sell it? Would you put it on eBay and just sell it?
100%. Listen, I've got thousands of dollars worth of crap that I just can't be bothered to fuck around with on eBay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll put it into perspective like this: good everyday Swiss watch that you can wear, Tudor or
Breitling.
Breitling.
I love Breitling. You know, I'd fucking buy it. You know what? One thing for sure is, Mark, I would be buying quite a few Breitlings.
I love a Breitling.
I love Breitling.
I've got 4 of them already, and I have to stop myself. You know what I want? I want a headwind. A headwind is a Breitling with
what's the grail piece?
It's got the day up above, circular, kind of like a day date on a Rolex, but it's a diver. It's basically like a presidential diver by Breitling. And I keep stopping myself from buying it because, like, do I need another fucking Breitling?
What is it there? Is there a Navitimer that has the real, like, deep sunk in?
Yeah. Well, the Navitimer's got the slide rule bezel. I don't like it very much.
Okay, maybe that's not the model I'm thinking of. The one the Breitling, I like. The dial is kind of sunk in down deep. It appears to be, or maybe I'm just describing the bezel. But it has a look about it that I like.
Hey, Kaz.
Greetings.
You know what?
Hey,
I love
Kaz.
your. I love your mic avatar. Vaping.
Oh, just out of interest, CB just said to me those two watches, the Resonance and the Papillon, they're about the same money if you get them at retail.
Like what? Like 80 grand?
CB, I got no idea which one would be worth more, but you know, one thing I do appreciate is I don't think. Fuck! I love the oh, there's the roach on the wall and everything. Look at that.
That is a roach.
That doesn't look that much like Terry.
Can I let you in on a secret? Can I let you guys on a secret if you don't get funny or not?
Go ahead, tell us the secret. We want to know.
So you know, I like a bit of play for play. You know that I do.
Who doesn't?
You know,
Can I see that photograph again, please?
I got to be honest
I agree.
with you.
It looks just like me. How'd you do that?
AI, Terry, AI. Go ahead.
I like to give thoughtful presents, right? Because I got some sponsors who I like to. This was actually a gift I gave a lady.
Oh, all those little Paddington bears.
No, but you know what sort of bears they are, Terry?
Hold on, let's unmute him. Go ahead, Terry. What are
Yes,
they?
I do.
Paddington.
They're all Harrods bears.
I've got as Paddington. I got a Paddington. That's the Peru Paddington.
No, these are not Paddington. These are Harrods branded bears.
Oh yeah, I recognize the one in the middle there, the green ribbon.
Yeah, they all got. You can. There's actually fake Harrods ones. The real Harrods have Harrods on the foot.
Yep, that's correct. They do. That's very correct.
They're very popular, aren't they? Those teddy bears.
They are, yeah. You know, I've actually seen some of them on eBay goes for as much as like £500. So yeah, because they sell new in the store for like I always seen them displayed around, and you could get them for roughly like £225, £250 in the store. So you know, really, I think it's really.
The fuck is that? What is that? Oh, it's steak.
Right.
Can you send me
really
that photo,
wanted to see 'em
Kelso? I
for,
love
you
that
know.
photo. That looks incredible. Where did you get? That's a real photo. That's not a doctor.
That's us. Yeah, that's us in New York. Remember the dinner?
Archie, stop
Send
playing
me
with
that.
your
I
food.
look so happy. Can you send me that?
Argentinian steakhouse, all you can eat.
'Cause you're eating.
That's when JJ was friends with me. Fuck JJ, I miss you. Stop being a bitch and be nice to me.
Yeah, can we make up? Can you make up with JJ? What can we? Let's make a public. Can you make a public reckoning here? Full
I
screen.
gotta
on
have my
Archibald.
people need to talk to his people. We need to do a true settlement. This is.
Oh shit! I've done enough ass licking for you. Do I have to call JJ now? Like I had to.
Can we call it truths? Can we call it truths?
I don't actually mind the guy. I just.
The problem is you don't have people.
Archie,
Will you announce a ceasefire? A ceasefire.
Announce the ceasefire. I surrender.
Raise the white flag.
Full surrender.
Raise the right flag.
Take off your panties and wave them.
Yeah.
So you asked me a question the other day. I didn't actually answer it correctly. I'm actually not unemployed. I do work 4 days a week at a place to where it don't pay as much as I used to make, but I actually work 4 days a week somewhere. And what I do is I put these outside binder things together for books and things, and on like an laminate machine and do that, and I do the lamination.
You sold Mercedes Benzes. Why don't you go back to car sales? That's where big money is.
I don't even understand what you're currently doing.
I just want to read you something from CB. CB's just sent me a message here. He goes, for education purposes, if you get them, this is the two FP Jaunes. If you get them at retail, they cost about the same. They're about $190,000 each. The Papillon is made by one of the greatest living watchmaking named Andres Streller. The finishing is unique, and there are the most internal angles of any watch on the market. He makes less than 10 watches a year. Oh, that's not even an FP Sean Papillon.
No.
Super chat.
Sorry, I apologize. Irving Hart, $2. JJ, come back. You can blame it all on me. JJ, come back.
Baby, come back.
Yeah, I'd like to be
You can
friends
blame
with
it
JJ.
all.
Anyways,
You like him?
I know what he's saying. Simply what it is
How
that
could I be angry when I had steak like that? Come on, let's bury the hatchet, JJ.
Was this? We got a good question here.
Can you please send me that pic on WhatsApp?
Was this a
Kelso?
1-biter or a 2-biter?
That's a 1-biter. 2-biter. 2-biter. It's please, can you send me that picture? I look so happy.
was
Like,
those
I'm actually,
the Paul Smith
that's when I was content. You understand? I'm actually content.
I see.
Do you understand?
You got Bob, $2.
Super chat.
We got Bob, $2. We've got Bob McClobber. Terry, could you make me a fake ID from Mark's young lad?
Of course. But it'll cost you a lot more than £2.
Well, you know, he doesn't.
£200.
He doesn't need a fake. He's of legal age, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't need a fake.
But he needs a fake ID to get in some places, don't he?
Oh, no.
An anonymous name?
I can't tell you how old he is because he'd be
In the
so
secondary
angry.
market, FP Jean is 250 to 300,000 for the resident.
Wait.
So you're telling me all this time you like JJ?
Wait.
So you threw JJ under the bus, even though you liked him. Is that right?
Well, we're making up now, is all.
Hey,
No.
Mark, how are you?
Right. By the way, Terry, you look ravishing there in that tight, that tight-fitting top. Or is that a loose-fitting top that's tight on you? I don't know.
No,
Is that a slip-fitting?
believe it or not, it's
I'll
just
be
a
back.
regular black T-shirt.
You look ravishing. I just don't picture your top. No fucking way.
I'm Simon Cowell, but
No, buddy, you're a submissive bottom. You're a pig. You're into pig play.
A pig bottom. That's
What did Kiss I laugh? What did Kiss I laugh there? He knows the term. He knows the
What we
term.
call Simon?
Why do you know?
No, you're what's regarded in the gay community as a pig.
You know,
Bush pig.
No. A pig. Pig play. Mark, explain,
virus.
please.
He can run me over with his phantom.
Definitely not a top. There's no way.
Hey, look. Hey, look. I'll be standing down the roadway with my fucking glass full of bourbon. He'd run me over with his fucking phantom at full speed, like, go on, driver. And next thing you know, say, fuck you, son.
What's that got to do with pig play?
Yeah.
And your gold dildo. You got a gold dildo. What the fuck's going on here, Terry?
I don't got a dildo. I got a normal dildo.
Well, I thought you're top.
Mark,
Wait.
are those the 20 milligrams right there?
Yeah.
20 milligrams?
Godivas.
Oh,
I'm
Godiva.
not that damn fat.
Terry,
stuff.
Terry, what the hell are you doing with a dildo if you're a top?
Because I use it. Oh, you know what I use it for.
Well, wait a minute. What kind of
What?
top are you? Hold it. Wait. Narc. Hey, please interview him because I don't believe he's a top if he has a dildo.
Wait. You use a dildo on yourself?
No, if he does, he's no top.
Is he drunk?
Apparently.
No, you tosser. I use it on the bottom.
Oh, is that because you're not big enough to use yourself?
I am.
No.
Mark,
Did he call?
that's offensive.
Did he call me a twosser? hey, buddy, don't call me a twosser.
Sorry.
Just call me a twosser. Because they call me a
Why
twosser.
you cup of tea? Sorry.
Is he drunk?
No, I'm not drunk.
Terry, you said I was offensive.
Look, it's like this, okay? I'm average. I don't like to fucking speak out about it. I think it's gross. But look, I'm average, okay? I'm like 7.5. I don't like.
What do you mean 7.5? Hey, what do you mean?
That's not average.
Wait. What do you mean 7.5?
I'm 7.5.
Wait.
Out of 100? What do you mean? You give yourself a 7.5?
I am 7.5.
Yeah, maybe if you start
What? 7.5 inches?
Where you
7.
measuring
What do you
from?
mean 7.5? Well, shut the. Hey, what do you mean 7.5?
It's not the booze talking.
What do you mean 7.5?
Penis size.
Centimeters.
You must know.
Centimeters.
Wait,
No,
are you Dodger?
it's not even centimeters.
Wait. Are you hung like
Sorry?
Dodger?
So what did you say?
Wait. He's hung like
wait.
Dodger. Are
Wait.
you hung like Dodger? He's Dodger
No.
hung.
Look, I'm not hung. I mean, I wasn't born to be a hung twink, you know. I'm talking. Look, I don't have to explain this to you, one Englishman who knows, because you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. It's like this, okay? Why are we even talking about penises?
What's this got to do with your dildo? What's this got to do with your dildo, Terry?
Because
hey, $2.80. Knock, tell Mike to show us his Ducati.
Has he got a Ducati?
You got the watch or the bike?
Mike, you got a Ducati?
Well, Tudor makes a Ducati watch as well. Why don't you buy the matching watch?
Let me Terry, were you ever a bottom?
Years ago, like 15 years ago.
What happened?
I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
What do you mean you couldn't do it?
Super chat. We got Ross Rachel Brady Network. Ross Rachel Brady Network. I'm 4.5 inches.
He's proud of it. What do you mean you couldn't handle it? You bought
Terry, why are you laughing, Terry?
Hey, Terry, one sec.
Because this is so silly. It's not.
Terry, one sec. You bought him 15 years ago, and what happened?
Hey, Knock, what are you, Knock? What are you? Let's talk about you. What are you, Knock? Knock's a foot. You're a foot long, aren't you?
Wait a sec. Hey, get back to waxing. Terry.
Let's go
I
about
love this conversation, guys. I love
this. Only because he brought it up.
Let's keep moving forward, Knock. Knock, we're going for about. You're derailing the show, Knock. You're derailing.
Yes, that's what I do.
Not what you're paid for. Knock. You're not getting paid for this.
Wait.
We've got to get the show back on hard. We've got to get it on track, Knock. Knock, we've got to get it back on. We've got to get it back on.
Get back to sleep. Kick him off, Mark. Hey, Terry.
Getting a bad vibe, man.
Wait. Come on, Narc. Well, hold on. I'd like to support Narc at this exact moment because I feel like Narc has elevated this show at least by 7 inches.
All right. Hey, Terry, you said you were a bottom. You had a bad experience. What do you mean? It was only 6.5?
Yeah, keep going.
He was only, he was only 6.5, but like it was sort of painful. So that's why I went on to talk.
What do you mean painful? Painful?
Well,
did you squeal like what do you mean? Did you squeal like a pig?
No fucking squeal. Look, I used to hit the gym, okay? It's just my joints got bad like 10 years ago and couldn't go back.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What's that got to do with bottoming or topping?
It doesn't. Anyways, look, here's the thing, okay?
Yes.
I used to bottom, okay, but here's the thing. I had issues with it, so I stopped. What
do you mean? Enemas?
Whoa. Hold on, guys. Narc, let me tell you what this means because he doesn't want to say it. But as a gay man, I'm prepared to explain this for you. When he says he has issues, what he means is he got hemorrhoids, right? Isn't that really what's happening here?
No.
He got hemorrhoids and it started to hurt more. And he bled.
No.
He got a fish. He got an anal. He got a fissure. Private donut.
So what happened, Eddie? Sorry, what happened, Terry?
I feel like he might have.
Now you're going to make me want to do 100 push-ups in the morning when I wake up.
You can't.
You can't do 2. You can't do 2.
You got bad joints.
I can try and do 2 if I'm drunk enough.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
This is my rifle. This is my gun.
Hey, Terry, can you do 2? Can you do 2? Let's have a look. Do 2. Do 1.
If I do 2 now, I'll throw up everywhere.
All right, do 2.
Come on, Arch. Let's go.
Come on,
Let's
Terry, let's go. Come on,
Knock. Let's keep going. We're going to go into watch talk. We want to do watches,
what do you mean watch talk? What do you mean watch talk? Get back to
wait a minute. Hang on, love. Wait.
I'm 67
what would you
years old. Here we
if
go.
you just inherited £25 million? What watch would you buy first?
Terry,
And car.
I would buy your virginity. That's what I would buy.
Terry, I love you, buddy. Seriously, you look like fucking Archie's stepson, brother, whatever.
And I would love to meet Archie someday.
Super chat.
Here's the thing. Look, here's the thing. Okay, look, I got a question. Okay, for Doc, real quick.
Doc, thank God you're here. Doc, real quick. Hold on, Terry. Let's say hello to Doc. Doc, thank God you're here.
Well, how are things, gentlemen? I thought I'd explain myself.
Hello, Doc.
They're getting way too
I thought I'd
gay.
explain my super chat, but I don't have to because the topic is now heated.
Doc, can you read the current super chat on the board for us?
From CB, that
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, yes, please.
CB, 199. Thank you, CB. Is this the gay pillar? Come on. Move on.
I think it's a good point. He's got a point.
What do you mean? What, is CB the new 10 now? Is
We've
CB
got-
taking over 10? Is he taking over 10?
Yes, he's taking over 10, and he's not wrong. You
Is
know,
there
you
a
don't-
double entendre in that, though?
I mean, I feel like Narc. You know, it was good while it lasted. You were very funny, but you've gayed up this show even more than me, and I think it's starting to make the guys squeamish.
I gotta go.
Bye, Narky. You know what? The guys did. You know what? The guy's been very tolerant with the gay people here, Terry, but they're getting squeamish. And frankly, Terry, so
I
are
think
you.
it's also supposed to be, now I'm not an expert, I think it's supposed to be move on. Come on. But I don't know. I'm not an expert.
I feel like that was a dirty, nasty, horrible reference. Also with the donut, you know, because if your date falls asleep on you, she or he is going to wake up with a face like a glazed donut.
Well, since everything's settled down now,
right?
If you look at Terry's picture, but only a small
Which
screen,
picture? Which picture? This
his
one?
screen right now.
Yeah.
Well, when you make it big,
Right.
it's no longer true. But when it's small, that shelf has legs.
Oh, that's the giant cockroach?
It looks like a giant cockroach.
Okay, now I understand. What's on the shelf?
Yeah, that's what
Terry,
I saw as well. Kind of like
what's on the shelf? Terry.
Looks like
now
pictures.
he's quiet. Now he's quiet.
Terry, what's on the shelf, Terry? You're muted.
Oh, he's quiet because he's muted.
I'll unmute you. Okay, what's on the shelf?
So that's where I originally had my Peru Paddington, my mini version.
Oh.
And I had my British soldiers from Harrods up there, Charlie Chaplin, my clowns, a short glass, and a British telephone booth.
Nice. Okay, so we have collectibles, guys. The collectibles are on the cockroach shelf.
You know, I've had that shelf for 27 years. It's never broken.
What is the most valuable or sentimental thing you've ever had on that shelf?
Oh, I can't really say other than the British Socialist my father gave me back in 1988 because God rest his soul, he passed away 10 years ago from lupus.
I see.
And
Well,
I really love my.
Can you answer this freebie from Birminghard?
Sure.
Do tops never bottom in a committed relationship? What's your feeling on that one?
It depends because it depends on if you're a verse top or if you're the verse bottom. It depends. Like,
well, how about let's just speak from our personal experience, you and me. You, yes or no?
It really depends on how big his, you know what.
You know what? You know what it depends on for me? No. The answer is no. Never. No.
I have another question for Terry because I don't know these British terms, but does Tudor cock mean something different in England?
Yeah, I think it does because, you know, it gives a real spice to the Tudor watch brand. So that's the thing of it.
Okay. Question answered.
Yeah. Well, for me, the question is answered with a simple two-digit number. No. The answer is no. No.
Here's the
Not
thing.
only no, it's not only no, it's no. God damn it, no.
Right.
You know what?
I
At the
get
very
what you're
beginning.
saying.
At the very beginning of a relationship, we got to get one thing straight, and that's what it is. That is the one thing that we have to understand. Not even on your birthday. Not even on your birthday. Because I had one who he thought on his birthday it should be special. And I'm like, not on Christmas, not on your birthday, not on New Year's. Doesn't matter how drunk I get now.
President's Day?
Naughty.
Even if he looks like, wait a minute, even if
Nope.
he's
Nope. Nope.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Nope.
But you listen.
I'm listening.
What if he got someone as good looking as Zac Efron who's dressed up in a Santa costume?
You know what? No, I'd rather have somebody uglier who knows their place.
You'd rather have somebody uglier who knows their place.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about topping and bottoming, and it got out of hand. Let's
Can I
go
show
on.
you some personal things? Can I show you some personal things whilst we're here and I'm a little bit drunk?
I don't know if it gets any more personal than what they're talking about, but okay, give it a try.
I'm going to steer this ship into a more heterosexual thing. I want to show you something very special.
Oh,
CB,
these
$2. Is this the gay pillar? Come on, move on. Okay, we're going to move it. I'm going to flip it, CB. I got a very heterosexual thing. I want to show you something that's in my safe. Let me tell you. I'm going to tell you what they are.
Panties?
Extremely valuable, hard to get.
Panties.
I want them placed preferably inside my mouth on my desk.
Coins.
Okay? And these are, I tell you honestly, this is probably the most valuable thing I own.
Are they gold coins?
And I tell you this now. They're not valuable in themselves. They're valuable because of what they represent and who they came from. And they wouldn't be to me. They wouldn't be given to me. They wouldn't be given to me unless they liked me at the time.
Your wife
she would have done anything.
Your wife,
is that right, Marky?
She would have done anything for you, but you fucked up and told her the truth.
Your wife bought you a Bentley.
Is this Dr. Lie we're talking about?
Oh no, we're going way back.
Okay, I need a super chat. Otherwise, there's no super chat I can't show.
Oh.
His wife bought him a Bentley.
Well, that's never happening.
She will, you know. She look.
Well, you might buy him a toy Bentley.
I got them all displayed now. I can show you.
Could it be one of my books, Let Dogs Be Dogs, The Art of Training Your Dog, or The Joy of Playing with Your Dog? Could it be one of my 3 books?
All 3 wonderful books. Hey, guys, I got to go. Bye, Archie.
Mike.
Oh, Mike. Mike.
Mikey.
Okay, that's okay. We can move on. We can move on without
Say hi to
showing.
Mom.
Okay. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
And he's gone.
And
there we
there
go.
were 4.
Upvote, everybody. Use your tooth. Just
Jack Daniels does not.
Hardly anyone's upvoted. It's amazing.
130 guys and nobody upvoted. Come on, gentlemen.
I think he's got 10 upvotes or something like that. Maybe
Let's get
20
100.
by
Let's
now.
get 100.
Hey,
Come
Doc, if you had
us.
$10 million $10 million windfall, what would you buy? Tell us. Split it. This is a good topic.
Yep, 110 million bucks. You just won the lottery, and that's after taxes. It's clear.
Yeah, because the taxes would take a lot. Believe me.
Oh, wow. So I won like a $25 million lottery, and
go.
now I
Correct.
have $10 million.
Yep, you took the full payout post taxes.
Well, I probably would get an exotic car of some kind.
Ferrari.
Oh no, I'm not a Ferrari guy.
Maybach.
I'd probably get some like blinged out Singer Porsche. I like Porsche, and that would be the car. So I take care of the car. I'd probably get a Paul Newman, like a real Paul Newman, a vintage Paul Newman that's been authenticated and everything. Would be very expensive.
Maybe Paul Newman's Paul Newman.
No, that was like 30 million. That one.
Well, that would blow my whole wad, so to speak. So no,
hey, don't go backwards.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, we got to move forward, not just move on, but move forward. So I'd get it'd be like probably $400,000 or $500,000 for a very nice and authenticated Paul Newman Daytona from the '60s. So I'd get that. And what else would I get after that? Now I got to stop and think. And of course I have to put some of it into the stocks and the gold. And
are you going to move? You're going to stay in that house? What are you going to do about the housing?
You know, I'm not sure I'd buy a new house. I'm really not sure about that. But I guess I probably would. I'd probably
just get like get an apartment in Paris or Spain or something.
Well, that's what I was at. I probably would just go, full bazonkers, like maybe an ex-president and get several houses and not just around the country but around the world.
Full-blown Obama.
Obama. I think, does Bush have a lot of houses? No one ever talks about it.
He owns like a 52-acre ranch in Texas, West Texas.
To be
That's
fair, I think he inherited the ranch, but maybe
Well,
I'm wrong
he
about that.
inherited part of one, but he bought another one like 3 years after he left office.
Oh, so he did make some money from being
Yeah.
president.
Well, yeah, he did. He
Oh,
bought
they
it
all
for
did. They all
like
did.
8.7 million.
Not all of them.
Name one who
Jimmy
did.
Carter. Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter.
Yeah, all right, fair point. He did.
Jimmy
not
Carter, Truman.
You know the
and Trump.
wait. You know the first one who monetized the post presidency. Interesting story.
Who's
Ford,
that? No.
President Ford, and it had never been done before. But he went on a speaking tour and took in millions. But it had really never been. It had never been done before.
I like
Monetizing
Ford.
the presidency.
His wife had a bit of a problem, but Gerald was quite okay.
Well, yeah.
Gerald Ford was a critical part of the Warren Commission, so he's a big fat liar, in other words.
No,
I
he
voted
sacrificed
Ford.
himself for the good of the country, Doc.
No, he followed orders from the CIA.
There we go.
Yeah, I got a serious
No, but
question.
he gave Nixon a pardon.
That's following orders from the CIA.
Why is it that it seems like, though, every single major economic decision based upon what the United States of America makes, including whatever the president does, I'm sure Archie can sympathize with what I'm talking about, also because he's from across the pond, has to like a major emphasis based upon the British government and all other governments worldwide, including the Australian government. Why is that?
We didn't even know what you're talking about right now.
Well,
it was a
think
very, very long and twisted question. I
why
got lost.
is it like? Why is it whatever decision economically, like say tomorrow in America, he's ready to sign an executive order to like immediately issue an emergency response thing, in like I'm talking about like a mandated emergency for America's economy because it's doing so terribly. Like why? Okay, why is it whatever impacted decision that I'm talking about America?
No, Terry, we
makes,
don't have any idea what. You
I'm
just made
still lost.
You made the question longer.
has a
Super
huge
chat.
impact.
Super
on
chat.
the
Super
rest
chat.
of
Bob
the-
McCopler, $2. Let's hear from Easy Co. Drop the link. There we go. We continue the madness. By the way, Doc, did you see? I want to
That-
hear your opinion. Did
that
you see
there was
my
a
wife's
strike
jewelry
on
collection? Did
Pakistan
you
from
see that?
India?
Did
What?
you see my wife's jewelry collection photo?
No, I did not. I saw the picture of your wife.
I'll bring it
that
up. Let's
Nude
bring it up.
shot. Pretty good for a woman in her 50s.
That wasn't the wife, but okay. Oops. Also,
And
yeah.
the-
Also,
it was his girlfriend in her 60s.
We
Again, still
we
pretty
didn't-
good.
we didn't- I'm not allowed to address this. My contract calls for me to follow
Look at
Pontiff's
this.
order.
There we go. Look at that there. Look at that, Doc. What do you think?
Don't tell me it was the girlfriend's daughter.
Archie, if you gave me a
That's-
watch,
Comment.
if you gave me a watch,
Yes, sir.
could I
That's
have
pretty complete. Why is one of the boxes the wrong color?
Which box?
What is it? A chauffard?
Yeah, it's a blue. Chopard blue.
yeah.
That should be red.
No, it's blue.
I know it's blue, but I mean, for the picture, for the purposes of the picture, it should be red.
It's okay. It's difference.
But it's very
Anyway,
nice. Very,
so-
very nice little
Right.
collection there.
Right.
The real
You
question
said like,
is she happy?
No, she's happy.
Exactly.
Happy.
Exactly. Exactly.
so
a lot-
Archie,
It's a lot of
It's-
nice
Yes,
things.
sir.
instead of giving me
I
your
like that one. I
date
like the
jumps,
Amiga.
could I
Yes, sir.
could I have your Speedmaster instead? Please? Is that sort of like crossing the line?
No, you could have the Speedmaster, but I'd have to give you a reduced.
Okay. So would you put it on a NATO?
No, a Speedmaster reduced. That's the model.
That's not
That's the one
same-
nobody wants.
Because the thing is, if you ask for something different than I've provided, then it has to take a penalty for asking for something different.
Do you have a date just in your safe?
No, I don't. I do not.
Have
No.
you ever owned a date just?
Oh, I've had multiple date just. I had a 16234, 16233. I've had 16013, 16014, 1601s. I've had multiple.
He's had over a
I love
dozen
date
different
chests.
date
Can I
chests.
tell you something about the
I never
reference?
had a 41, but I never had a 41. I've only had 36s.
Well, can I tell you something?
Plus the ladies' date chest.
I had a 1601 from 1967, all stainless steel. Pipe hand dial and all that. However, can I tell you something? Did you ever notice anything strange about that watch? I had the one with the Jubilee bracelet. Get this. I don't know if it had something to do with the production or any of that. The band was made in America, but the rest of the watch was made in Switzerland, the movement, the case, and all that. So I found that kind of peculiar when I had the watch. But I bought it secondhand, of course, because that was my first Rolex. But so here's the thing, and I called the people about it I bought it from. I said, well, this has got an American-made Jubilee bracelet on. I said, and the watchmaker got on the phone. He said, it's because Rolex at some point in the mid-'60s was actually buying the Jubilee bracelets from the Americans, and they were also having produced in Switzerland.
Yes, correct. They actually the taxes. Yeah,
some of the bracelets were from South America.
There were many things like that.
Remember the rancher's Mexican bark bracelet on his date?
Well, it wasn't official bark. It was
that one
aftermarket
was
bark.
aftermarket. Yeah,
exactly.
JR in Dallas, he had a president. The original Dallas show, he had a president, and
minus the bark.
Well, yeah. Because he had one of them Western bands and Western straps. You remember the show?
Now,
he wore a president. It was.
I know the show's over, but did you ever post the link for Easy Co?
No.
Show's over at 2:30.
Hello.
Speaking of the show being over.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Look at the time. Look at the.
Did you ever post the link for Easy Co? There was a super chat.
Yes,
I think multiple times. You never came on.
Oh, he didn't come on. Okay.
No. We tried our best.
I see it now.
I got to tell you. I got to tell you, this has been a great show today. I want to keep some momentum.
One last question: if I get a decent piece, you'll agree with by the end of the year, full Christmas into the new next year,
then we'll let you super chat.
Will he give me his AAA rating on it?
Oh, definitely. Look, I got to tell you something. You actually have some great enthusiasm. What I like about you is you've tried different things, right? You don't have to keep the long jeans forever. I wouldn't. You had the jacket. You've experienced.
Yeah.
You've experienced some good.
I never had long, but yeah,
you had a long jeans. You told me.
You know what I love about Terry?
Vintage long jeans.
When Terry's on, I don't have to talk.
What you don't like, though, is that if Terry's on, you don't get to talk.
It's kind of an advantage. I kind of like that. Anyway, we've had a great show, haven't we, Archie? Been a good one.
I just want to watch.
We've had a great show, and I want to say, guys, it's important that the viewers understand that this show here, we're trying to provide good entertainment. We want to have good fun with everybody. We want to have some nice camaraderie. That's what we're trying to do, is get the show really happy and fun. We're a nice version of NARC. Man, we had so much good stuff. It's not funny.
You made up with JJ. You offered it.
Made up with JJ. I want to thank our super chatters.
When did that happen?
Earlier on, you missed it.
Super chat, Ken Fresno, $2. 10. Please ask one question. He's just done that. Let's thank our supporters today. We had Rusty's Watches, Bob Al Macobla, Rusty's Watches, Pastor, Rich Mitch, Crypto Walk, Terry Boston, The Narc super chatted, Bobby McClobber, CB, Bob McClobber, Anthony Weiner, CB, Dr. Bob's Nightmare, CB, Bob McClobber, Doc BTW, Burbing Hard, thank you, Burbing Hard, Bob L. McClobber, Anton May, KH, Ross Rachel Brady Network, Ross Rachel Brady Network, Ross Rachel Brady, CB, Bob L. McClobber, and Ken Fresno. And with that, Terry, one last question. Ask anyone a question before we go.
Yes, Archie, if I travel to America in the next 2 years,
God help me.
would you personally, I got and I'm in mind a beautiful place in West Virginia. Okay. Would you meet me for coffee in the dining room at
Interesting choice.
the Greenbrier Resort and Hotel in West Virginia?
It's like the nastiest state of the
Even a
union.
more
I
interesting
got to be honest with
choice.
you. Look, Terry, I'd love to meet you anywhere. Money is a big problem. Okay, ask me in the future because if you came to Brisbane, I'd gladly see you and host you and have fun with you. But I don't have much money. Things are getting tight. But we'll see, man.
Go
I'm
into
happy
real
to.
estate.
I want to do streams. I love streaming. I love talking to you guys. That's what I want to do with my life. I want to stay here.
So JT makes a good point. Is JJ really back in the Archieverse from your standpoint?
Yeah, I love JJ. Bring him back.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, that's wonderful. I think one of the first steps towards friendship is to quit calling them nasty names. That would be the first step. And I think there's plenty of room for making other steps, and I hope it happens. Oops.
Archie,
Sorry.
why do you hate eDocs? They're an independent brand.
Thank you. Thank you.
Terry, you're out of questions. You're out of questions, Terry. Nobody paid for that one. Well, guys, Archie has just thanked all of the sponsors. And Archie, you know what they say, always leave them wanting more.
Always leave them wanting more. Guys, that's the show for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be back. See you later, guys. Love you. Be good. Be kind. And buy more.